lecture, the 19th of November 2022. Moment. Moment is the turning effect of a body. Is the turning effect of a body. When you open a door, you swing it open, it swings open. Are you with me? A door standing, a knob, you push it from the knob, it opens up. It opens up. Yes or no? This force that you apply to the door multiplied by the distance to the hinges is called the turning effect. Have you sat on a seesaw? Yes, we all have in our times. Okay? Yes or no? Okay? So those seats are there, whatever. I don't know how they do it. So everyone understand that the seesaw works with the same principle as moment. The turning effect here and the turning effect this. This goes according to the clockwise direction, and this goes according to the anti-clockwise direction. Moments is the turning effect clockwise or anti-clockwise. Clockwise or anti-clockwise. Are you with me? Are you with me? So there can be two kinds of moments. One are clockwise and anti-clockwise, but there is a lot of variety. Lot of. Can you give me examples which you see in everyday time for moments? Turning a doorknob or a handle. You have a handle here. Are you with me? You put the handle down. It turns. Yes or no? So the handle is a turning effect. Another thing, the steering wheel. Have you seen a steering wheel? Of course you have. You all travel in cars. You see the steering wheel. Steering wheel is also a movement. You can do it with one hand. Style, Mara style. You can do it with one hand or you can do it with two hands. Okay, when you do it with two hands, usko kehte hain couple. What? It's called a couple. It's called a couple. It is not one but two hands. It's called a couple. Indeed, most of you use couples in opening door knobs, gold wale knobs. You see, one of the force is clockwise and the other force is still clockwise. I just tricked you. Okay, let's take a knob for instance. Okay, a door knob. Now you know the door knob is opening like this. They're both clockwise. They're both clockwise. You can open clockwise or you can open anti-clockwise. But the point is both are clockwise. Are you with me? So understanding moments, you need to understand the definition of moment. Okay, is everybody with me? So I'm going to erase the first part of the board. That was just an introduction as to what moments are. Moment is, okay, moment is force into perpendicular distance. Moment is a force into perpendicular distance. Is that clear? So if for instance, eyes on the board, I am being, mashallah, 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 abhi se bol raha hu. I'm going to a diving board and I stand on the diving board. God help the diving board. Okay, this is me. I'm going to jump off in the pool. Okay, my weight, mashallah, 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 nazar nahi lage, is 100 kgs. Is 100 kg. And I'm 2 meters away from the hinges of the diving board. The diving board में hinged होता है. कहाँ होता है? Hinged होता है. Are you with me? There will be a bending effect. Of course, diving board are a little elastic in nature. हल्के से bend करेंगे. लेकिन जो turning effect है, उसको समझो. My weight is 100 kg. Yes or no? Yes, yes. No, it's not. Its mass is 100 kg. Grow up, physics students. Grow up. My mass is 100 kg. My weight is not 100 kg. आपका weight क्या है? Weight नहीं होता, mass होता है. My mass is 100 kg. My weight is not 100 kg. So start acting like a physics student. My mass is 100 kg. What's my weight? I go to the side. W is equal to mass into gravity. Last one. My weight is W. Mass is 100 kg. Gravity acts on me. It acts on everything that's on the earth. And we have 1000 newtons. Mashallah, mashallah, mashallah. Weight acting on it. Yes or no? Are you with me? So that 1000 Newton has to be considered, and there's 2 meters away from the hinge. Imagine the turning effect. I ask you, it's hinged here. It has a turning effect. Is everybody with me? Is everybody with me? I am Mubeen. Acha khasa weight hai. Okay, I'm going to jump off into the pool. Yes or no? Are you with me? Just make sure there's water inside. In case I go down, jump in the pool. So I have 1000 Newton. Is it clockwise or anti-clockwise? It is clockwise. Yes. So I say, what's clockwise? Let's find the moments. Is equal to force. That's the weight into the distance. Okay. What's the weight? 1000 Newton. What's the distance? What is this distance? This is the perpendicular distance. This is the between the line of the force and the hinge. What's the hinge? The pivot. What's the pivot? The fulcrum. The fulcrum, the pivot, the hinge, the screw that has screwed the diving board to the ground, whatever. You can call it anything. The distance is 2 meters. What is my turning effect? 2000 Newton meter. Any question? Any question? Any question? If you can't see, you can move. Good. Any question? Is that yours? 2000 Newton meter. You have 1 minute to copy this if you want to. Perpendicular distance. This is Newton and this is meter. SI units of force is Newton. SI unit for distance is meters. Newton, meter. I will be at the end of today's lecture giving you 12 to 15 questions for homework for this is all the Gora things. You can't go beyond this. Okay? Is that clear? So this is all level 1 and level 1.5 of moments. Is that clear? Moment is a turning effect. Done. Board number 2. Board number 2. In board number 2, we give you 2 examples. Let's talk about case number 1. Correct? There's a meter rule here. Yes or no? There's 1 meter rule. This is a high frequency question. So 1 meter rule. I have a mass, unknown mass over here, starting with the 0 mark. This unknown mark is at the 15 centimeter mark. It has the 15 centimeter mark. Now this is a mass of m. This is a mass of m kg. M kg. Okay, are you with me? And there is a mass here of 5 kg. Correct? This is at the 70th centimeter mark. 70th centimeter mark. This is the 15th centimeter mark. 15th centimeter mark. I and they are balanced. They are balanced. When something is balanced, anti-clockwise moments must always be equal to the clockwise moments. Consider this case number 1. Consider this case number 1. Is that clear? The clockwise moments will always be equal to the anti-clockwise moments. So this is anti-clockwise moments and these are the clockwise moments. Any question? This is cause a turning effect this way. Cause turning effect this way. This is cause turning effect this way. Look at your watch. Clockwise, anti-clockwise. Done. Taking this from here, this is mass is m. What did we learn from previous moment? Is equal to force into perpendicular distance. Okay, that's my definition. That's the definition of moments perpendicular distance. Hang on. From where? From the fulcrum point. So this is the fulcrum point. It's at the 50th centimeter mark right now. A meter rule has got 100 centimeters. Yes or no? A meter rule has, and the 50th centimeter mark is here. Correct? Yes or no? So when we look at this, we say, what's the weight? First we need to play with the weights. That's 5 kg. Mass into gravity. Correct? We need the force. The force is the weight. We can't play with masses. You have to play with weights. The force, the weight. What's the mass? 5 kg. What's gravity? 10. 5 tens are 50 Newton. So we have this as 50 Newton. You can play with the diagram. Correct? This is the 70th centimeter mark and this is the 50th centimeter mark. So what's the distance between this force and this pivot? We say 20 centimeters. That is not an acceptable. That is not an acceptable. Now listen to me. Teachers may trick you by doing calculations. So they do 50 multiplied by 20 and that's m into 10 divided by multiplied by whatever the distance is. Okay? No. If they ask you the question about moment, then it has to be force in the form of Newton and distance in the form of and nothing else. And देखो सवाल न्यूटन और मीटर के बगैर भी सवाल सॉल्व हो जाए. जिस फॉर्मेट में आप क्वेश्चन दोगे उसी फॉर्मेट में आंसर भी आ जाएगा ऑटोमेटिकली. लेकिन अगर उस एग्जामिनर ने आपसे मोमेंट पूछा तो मोमेंट तो न्यूटन इनटू. Any question? You can't do mass into centimeter. Okay, you can't change one and do it. Moment. You see what one student came back and he got an answer of 200. Okay, he got an answer of 200. He asked me, sir, did I do it right? What did you do? Sir, I got 200 Newton meter. Yes, that's a Newton meter. Sir, it was 2 kilogram. It was and it was 2 kilogram. And so I multiplied it by 10. I made it 20. And then I multiplied by 10 again because the distance was 10 meters. And go, okay. Then he said, no, it was 10 centimeter. And go, oops. That 10 centimeter is not the Newton meter unit. In physics, you have to be careful. So if you use centimeter, you can't multiply it by 10. You got to multiply it by meter. So you have to divide it by 100. Oh, so it had to be point 10 centimeters, 0.1. Was supposed to be multiplying it by 0.1, not by 10. So you did the Newton, but you forgot the meter. Again, the moment will be incorrect. The answer could be right. The unknown can be found out. But if we ask you in part A, what is the clockwise moment? Then the answer has to be Newton meter, not Newton centimeter. Is that clear to everyone? Okay, cool. So we grow up now and we say, hang on, this is 50 Newton. Let's do clockwise moments. What are the, because it is balanced, the clockwise moments is equal to the anti-clockwise moment, and we say, hang on, what's the 50 Newton? The force is 50 and the distance from here to here is 20 centimeter. not an acceptable unit. Not an. So what do? We convert 20 centimeter to meter. We convert 20 centimeter to, and what do? We divide it by 100. So 20 divided by 100 is 0.2 what? Meter. Do not forget meter. So if I ask you 15.2, anyone? 10. 10 Newton meter is the clockwise moment. And nothing else. I repeat myself. Nothing. Any question? So when you do this question, you again go on to weight. This is the mass, mkg. You do weight, mass is m. Weight, Newton, gravity is 10. The weight becomes 10m. So you do, okay, force into distance. The force is 10m. Force is 10m multiplied by distance. Okay, if this is 15 and this is 50, this must be 35 centimeter. Again, not an acceptable unit. So 35 centimeter is 0.35 meters. Am I right? I divided 35 by 100. Okay, so 0.35 meters. Now you're going to multiply this by 0.35. Again, I'm pointing out 0.35 multiplied by 10 is 3.5. M is equal to, how much is this? 10. I'm just going to write down 10. Okay. Ten divided by 3.5. The answer is, the 10 divided by, now the actual answer is that m is equal to 10 divided by 3.5. What's the answer? सब बुंगों की तरह यहाँ बैठे हैं, सवाल का जवाब नहीं देना जी. 2.857 kilograms. Now that is the शादी करने का right तरीका. Okay. So this is your answer. So I'm giving a signature. I write your answer. Okay. Okay. You got 1 minute to do this question again. Then we go on to case number 2. And case number 2 goes crazy. I repeat, this was a 5 kilogram weight at the 70th centimeter mark, and this is m kilogram weight. That's the one we have to find out at the 15th centimeter mark. Okay, that's the question. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to go on case number 2. This one is going to be tougher. Everybody with me? Was this case 2? This was case number 1. No, this case 1. Case 1 was Mubeen jumping off. That was moments. Give it back to me, please. Thank you. Okay. I don't know why Vijay Bhai somewhere else. We need to. वो तो मैं टर्निंग इफेक्ट सिखा रहा हूँ, केस नहीं. Okay. Now we're going to go to case number 2. Case number 2 is very simple. You guys are going to do this on your own. Okay, ready, steady, on your mark, get set, go. Tut, 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 tut. I have a meter rule. We put a pivot at the 50th centimeter mark. We have A at 100. B is at 90. C is at 75 centimeter mark. And D is at the 15th centimeter mark. And that's also the pivot. I have a 500 Newton. I have a 500 Newton force at the 0 centimeter mark. And I have only 1000 Newton mark. Wait. And I have to balance this ruler. At which mark will I balance the ruler? Okay, so what we're going to do is that, first of all, we know what we have. We have a 500 Newton here. I hope we're on record right now. Okay. We have 500 Newton, and this is clockwise. This is clockwise. So I'm just going to take this. The fulcrum is at the 58 centimeter mark. And I'm going to say 500. The clockwise is equal to 500 multiplied by 0.5 or 50. 0.5 or 50? It's 50 centimeters. 50 centimeters. Talk to me like a math guy. 50 centimeters is 0.5. Are you with me? Okay. That's my clockwise. And that has to be equal to the anti-clockwise moments. Okay. I have a 1000 Newton balancing force. So that means I put the 1000 Newton here. Correct? And I want the thing balanced. What do I do? I do the anti-clockwise movements side calculation. So क्या कहते हैं? Side calculation. This might as well be an MCQ question. Where would we put the 1000 Newton force? Now, if I was in your place, I would have given the right answer as C. C is the right answer. Now you must be wondering, how quickly did I conclude that? Sir, if 500 is 50 centimeters away, then the 1000 should be 25 centimeters away. Because 500 into 50 is the same thing as 1000 into 25. But as you have not approached that maturity yet, let's talk language. The 1000, we know the moments. How much does it turn out to be? 250 Newton meter. Are you all with me? 250 Newton. Are you with me? Okay. So we multiply 1000 by 50. What do I get? By 50, 1000 by 0.5. And what do I get? 500 Newton meter. Not acceptable. I put it in place at B. A wala tha, not acceptable. B pe try kiya. I do the 1000 Newton multiplied by the distance. How much is distance from here to here? 40? 40 centimeter? Is it 40? From 90 to 50, is it 40? That's 0.4. That's 400 Newton meter. Ye shadi bhi. I go to the part C and it says 70. That's a 1000 multiplied by 75 mark. 75 to 50 is 0.25. It's 25 centimeter. I'm going to have 0.25 and my answer is 250 Newton meter. Congratulations. Does it balance? Yes. The answer is C. I don't have to go and try D. And D would never be a balance. Can you accept, can you please explain why D is not and cannot be the right answer? Why can D not be the right answer? Because D is the fulcrum. It will have zero turning effect. Any force acting to the fulcrum will have zero turning effects. What's the distance of D from the fulcrum? A big zero. A big? So anything multiplied by zero is? Zero. Are you with me? So if any force acts at through the fulcrum, is turning effect is zero. So from case number 2, we are able to learn a lot. Okay? You got a minute to absorb this and try this. Mahan. Okay, case number 3. Case number 3. We got two masses. Again, we're going on a number ruler, a meter rule. Eyes on the board. This is the 0 mark. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay. The pivot again as at the 50th centimeter mark. There's a 1 kilogram mass here. How much? You guys are going to do this yourself. There's a 2 kilogram mass here. And there's an X kilogram mass at the 80th centimeter mark. X kg. Find X. You got a minute to win it. Start. There's a 2 kg from here, a 1 kg here, and an X kg from the 80th centimeter mark. The fulcrum again is at the 50th centimeter mark. You got 1 more minute. The solution is very simple. You can't deal with kgs. Weight is equal to mass into gravity. 1 into 10 is 10 Newton. Weight is mass into gravity. 2 kilogram is 2 into 10. That's 20 Newton. So we have 20 Newton, 10 Newton here, and a 20 Newton here. These are anti-clockwise, and this is clockwise. Is everybody with me? So this guy's weight will be mass into gravity. That's 10x. That's, are you with me? This weight is 10x Newton. 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 Is that clear? So this causes an anti-clockwise. Let's go to the first 1 kg. All anti-clockwise is equal to the clockwise moment. So this is 10 multiplied by distance from the fulcrum. What's the distance from the fulcrum? So mama, 40. Not an acceptable value, is it? So this 10 multiplied by not 40 but 0.4. You can't take in centimeters. Centimeters is not an acceptable unit. It's always the 40 divided by 100 is 0.4. Any question? Plus, there's a 20 Newton here. Multiplied by this distance. How much is this distance? 20 centimeter. So that's 0.2 is equal to clockwise 10x Newton multiplied by the distance. What's the distance? 30. Correct? No. 0.3. 0.3. You can't take centimeters at all. So that's 10x into 0.3 is a 3x. 20 into 0.2 is a 4. A 10 into 0.2 is also 4. That 8 is equal to 3x. Therefore, x is equal to 8 divided by 3. That's a 2.67 kg. Did I get kg? Yes. That's the original unit. It's not Newton. It's kg. You got a minute and a half to do this question again. To absorb this, we're going on case number 4. So case number 3 is being repeated now. We had the masses in kilograms. I multiplied by 10. I got it in Newton. 1 into 10 is 10 Newton, and 2 into 10 is 20 Newton. These goes anti-clockwise. Yes, anti-clockwise. And these are clockwise. X into 10 is 10x. Then I did 10x multiplied by the distance. This is 30 centimeters, not an acceptable value. 50 and 80, the distance is 30, not an acceptable value. It has to be 0.3. It has to be 0.3. Okay? It has to be 0.3, not 30. Okay. So you got 10x multiplied 0.3, that's 3x, and 10 into 0.4 is 4, 20 into 0.2 is also 4, 4 plus 4 is an 8, 3x is equal to 8, x equal to 2.67, 8 divided by 3 is 2.67. So it's an easy question. Do it again 2 or 3 times and you'll be successful. अभी तक हम fulcrum 50 के साथ खेल रहे हैं. Case number 4 में fulcrum shift हो जाएगा. Then what will come into play? The weight of the ruler. The weight. Okay, the weight of the ruler also has a turning effect. When the fulcrum is not in the center. When the fulcrum is not in the center. That's case number 4 coming your way in 2 minutes. Hurry up. Let's go. Case number 4. Here we change the question slightly. Okay, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Now it's 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So the fulcrum used to be at the 50th centimeter mark. Now it's not at the 50th centimeter mark, it's at the 40th centimeter mark. Is that the? So this, now we understand that this ruler has a mass of 5 Newton, weight of 5 Newton, weight of, are you with me? It's a steel ruler, okay? It's a steel ruler and it has a mass of 5 Newton. So according to center of gravity and center of mass, we understand the weight of the ruler will always pass through the 50th centimeter mark. 50th? That's 5 Newton. This is the first step you need to do. This is the first step. Leave it open, light off. Next, we have an X mass, X kg, at the 10 centimeter mark. A 2x kg at the 20 centimeter mark. The weight of the ruler is 5 Newton and the weight of 20 Newton is acting at the 90 centimeter mark. How many weight? What's the weight? 20 kg, not Newton, 20 kg. So all these masses, are they masses? Need to be converted to x kg. X multiplied by 10 makes it 10x Newton. Are you with me? So this is 10x. This is 20x. This is 5 Newton. This is 200 Newton. Any question? 20 kg, 200 Newton. I'm just multiplying 20 by 10. That's 200 Newton. Correct? Is this clockwise? Is this clockwise? Yes, clockwise. This will cause a clockwise turn. Are you with me? This will cause an anti-clockwise and an anti-clockwise. So clockwise is equal to anti-clockwise. That's the rule of the land, correct? 10x multiplied by the distance. What's the distance from the fulcrum? What's the distance from the fulcrum? So from 10 to 40, the distance is, and that's not acceptable to me, is it? So I do 10x multiplied by 0.3 plus, how much is this? 20x multiplied by distance from here to here is 20. 20 is not acceptable. 0.2. जी आप हमेशा अगर 10x नहीं करेंगे, you will keep a loop open for a mistake. You don't want to make a mistake. And then this is 5 Newton clockwise. So I do 5 multiplied by the distance is 10 centimeter. Yes or no? Oh, that's 0.1 of a meter plus, how much is this? I can't hear you. 200 multiplied by, what's the distance from here to the 40th mark? From here to here is 50, 40 to 90 is 50 means 0.5. Any question? Any question? Is your pen working? Good. 200 into 0.5 is 100. 5 into 0.1 is 0.5. 20 into 0.2 is 4x. 20 into 0.2, 20x into 0.2, and 10x into 0.3. So 3x and 4x, 7x is equal to 100.5. So for x is equal to 100, divide by, and the answer is 13.7. 15 point? Please, is the kilogram, is x in kilogram? 8. So this is 13.57 kilograms, and this is 2 times of 13.14. This is 14.535 kilograms, and this is 2 times of 14.35 kilograms. Because there is a very big mass here. 20 kilogram ka mass hai bhai. Mazak thodi hai. You got the point? You got the point? Please, this is case number 4. Redo it 3 times. Redo it. Then we go to level 2. Level 2 of moments. मैं कुछ आपको तस्वीरें भेज रहा हूँ कि ना मैं कुछ तस्वीरें भेज रहा हूँ मोमेंट्स के ये वर्कशीट्स आई हुई थी और ये किसकी तरफ से आई हुई थी these worksheets were from Probel School collected in the last 2-3 years just for revision purposes and sending this to you right now ठीक है